The Amazing Clarks podcast is brought to you commercial-free by Target.
Welcome to the Amazing Clarks podcast on the Black Love Podcast Network. My name is Anthony Clark.
And I'm Melanie Clark.
And we are the Amazing Clarks. We're both award-winning certified life and love coaches that have been working together as a team for 22 years and that have been passionately in love for 30. They call us the Amazing Clarks because we empower people to live amazing lives.
And you are joining us here on our Love Revolution, where we discuss ideas and topics and concepts that help us love each other and others more, because we need more love in this universe.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
And on today's show, we got a great topic. The topic today is about losing yourself in love.
Yes.
Yes. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? How does it work? Don't worry about that. We're going to cover that later on.
Yes.
But before we get started with the main topic, let's catch up with the Clarks.
Yes.
So what's up, baby? How's your week been? Anything new? Anything exciting you want to share?
My week has been amazing, getting ready to go to New Orleans for my daughter's bachelorette party and have a good time. I'm excited about that. And just doing a lot of work. We have a couples course coming out that's almost completed. That has taken a little bit longer than I anticipated, but I trust the universe, so it will be complete at the perfect time. So just getting excited about that and everything we have going on. We're doing a lot of creation this last couple of months, just creating a lot, and I've really been enjoying that. How about you?
I've been just loving life, working a lot, and hitting the gym a lot.
Yes.
And I'm very happy with my workouts, with my diet, and with my, getting that six-pack game back again.
Right.
And so I'm very excited with that.
Well, let me just give you a shout out and say I appreciate you, because I am maturing with you, and the fact that you didn't just give up and give in to the dad bod is much appreciated.
Nice. So I know you're excited about the trip.
Yes.
And I'm excited for you, but I'm not going.
No.
And yet I'm still excited for you, which is the
Thank
perfect
you.
segue into the main topic.
Yes.
Losing yourself in relationships.
Yes.
Go ahead, baby. You take the lead and I'll follow.
I actually really like this topic. A couple of months ago, or about a month ago, I met with one of my friends, my dear friend Heidi, who I love so much, and we were doing vision boards for the new year, and we were just talking about what we wanted and what we wanted to attract and all of this good stuff. And I love my time with my friends. I love to just go off and be with my friends, but also my friends come and hang out with both of us together too. But we were just having a day together, and we were talking about where we wanted to travel. And so she started talking about a girls' trip, and I was like, oh my goodness, I've never really taken a girls' trip. I can't remember ever just taking a girls' trip.
Right.
And so she was like, let's add that to our vision board so we could attract it. And then when you decided not to go to New Orleans and my son was going to go, he decided not to go, and Darius was going to go and Darius decided not to go. I was like, oh my goodness, it's a girls' trip. I get to go on my first girls' trip, which happens to be my daughter's bachelorette party. So I'm super excited about it, but it made me kind of take stock of, why haven't I gone on a girls' trip before? And I do notice something about myself. I do get really lost in our love. I really do think about you a lot and what you're doing and what you want and what you need. And I kind of like adjust myself around you.
Right.
And I'm fine with it unless I want to do something else that you don't want to do. And then it annoys me. But nobody's making me do it.
Right.
I'm doing it to myself.
Right. Yeah, that goes back to when we were talking about the story about the oppressor.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Programming.
Right. Where you would want to keep, like, babe, let's go here. I want to go to this event. I want to go do this thing. And I want to go do that, hang out with my friends. And at the time we were working like nonstop. And I was on a grind, and I'd just be like, "No, I don't want to go. No, I don't want to go." Then you would get mad and
sad.
And then finally one day I was like, "Why don't you just go? You don't have to go with. I don't have to go with you. I'm not your oppressor."
Yeah.
you can go. You can do whatever you want in this relationship. You have freedom.
Right. But you know, what I realized is I'm from the 60s, y'all. I was born in the 60s. And I grew up with women that everything was about men and what men wanted. So the women that I grew up with, it was really like, you're supposed to please the man and, you know, he has final say so and all of that. But the world changed.
Right.
But that's still in there. And I have to have conscious awareness of it and override it. This is how bad it gets. This is actually kind of embarrassing to say, but I'm going to let you guys in my head, okay? So sometimes I will wake up earlier than Anthony. And I'll think, I want to go in the office and work, or I want to go, you know, Peloton or whatever I want to do. And I literally will lay there and wait for you to wake up because I don't want to wake you up or I don't want to disturb you.
What?
And then I have to tell myself, like, why are you doing that? He doesn't do that. Anthony will get up. He will go to the gym. I will wake up in that bed by myself. And you don't do that. So you're a great example to me. And every time you do it, like you did it just the other day, you got up and you were like, I woke up and you were at the door walking out and you're like, I'm going to the gym. I'll be back. And I was like, damn it. How come he can do it? And I still struggle with not wanting to affect him.
Right.
You know?
Wow, you really do that?
I do. It's so, I annoy myself with that.
That is bizarre because...
Anthony, I was making myself vulnerable, and you just told me I'm bizarre now.
No, I said that is bizarre because I do that too.
Shut up.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And we talked about it before a little while back. Even now, earlier, like a few years ago,
right?
we actually would get into arguments about that, passionate debates. I'd get up early and do something, then you'd have an attitude with me. And I'm like, why is she mad at me? She's sleeping. I just got up and went and so after that, I became paranoid. And then I wouldn't get out of bed and I would just sit there and I'm awake for like a half hour looking at the ceiling and I'm going, okay, we have a big day ahead of us. If I get up right now and she gets in a bad mood because of it, then it just ruined the whole day.
Yes.
So let me just sit here. And then I'd sit and I'd sit and I'd sit and it would drive me crazy. And then you'd wake up and just bounce sometimes. Just be, oh, I got something to do. And I was like, what the? Oh, why in the hell did I do that? What's wrong with me?
I know, me too. It's so annoying.
Then we had the conversation, and then I made it a point. I was like, you know what? No, I'm not doing that anymore. If I'm going to get up, I'm going to get up. If you're going to get irritated, you're going to get irritated. But it doesn't make any damn sense for me to just sit here in bed when I'm already awake. Let me go do things.
Right.
And so I started doing it. And then you started getting, still got irritated. But I was just like, all right, let me do it anyway. As far as losing yourself in a relationship, it's really important to keep your own identity.
It's true.
It really, truly is.
Right.
And every now and then, I think that's a lesson that we both go through.
It's a reminder.
It's a reminder. And it's like you tend to look at yourself after like, wait, what's wrong with me? Why am I doing that? This doesn't feel good. What? Let me just go do my own thing. And when I go do my own thing, oh my God, it's amazing. I don't realize how much I miss it.
Yeah.
So when you do that now, I like it too. It's like, good. I know how that feels. And time away from each other is just as important as time spent together.
Yes.
You know, you have to balance it.
You have to fill your cup. You have to fill your own love cup. And what I've noticed, especially since COVID, because we're working from home a lot more and we're together a lot more, that I could feel like my energy just start to ramp up. Like I need to get out. Like I need to be alone. Like I need to do what I want to do. Because we are so close, every decision is made together. What do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat?
Yeah.
And then one person chooses and the other person goes along with it. And every single decision includes each other. You need those moments where you can just get away and choose whatever you want to choose. Like even TV. I mean, we watch television. It's like, what do you want to watch? What do you want to watch? And so it really is important that you have those moments where you're making your own decisions. You're thinking about what you want to think about. You're eating what you want to eat. You're drinking what you want to drink, so that you stay connected to your own preferences and you don't turn into, I don't know, what do you want? I don't know, what do you want? I think it's really important to keep bringing new energy to the relationship. And if you lose yourself in love, you're not going out in the world and having individual experiences that you can bring back home and share with your partner and continue the love growing by you growing.
Right.
this girls trip is so exciting for me because I'm getting to go and have a new experience in a new place that you and I have not been together. And even that, I feel a little sad that you're not sharing it with me, but I'm having to tell myself, like, he's going to get to experience it through me. And then we'll go another time, the two of us, and I'll be able to show him some things. And it's going to be fun.
Right.
But then there's a part of me that's like, but I want to have the first time with him. And
Right.
so
And
you have to manage that.
Actually, when you do take those trips like that, even though I miss you,
Yes.
I still really do enjoy the alone time.
Yes. I agree.
Right. And I'm not going to do anything besides just, maybe go for walks or go have a beer somewhere by myself. And I'm a loner.
Yeah.
I love that you have friends. And I don't really have any friends.
I'm your friend, Anthony.
Yeah, no, you are my friend. And actually, even your friends are my friends.
It's true.
Right.
My friends love you.
But I'm not the traditional guy that has all the guy friends. I'm not the type of person where I have to be around other people like that. I'm a lone wolf. So if I'm not by myself, I'm with you, I'm good.
One of the things that I notice that I do is I'll get in moods where I just want to push you away and I just want to lock myself in our bedroom and watch girl TV. Because when we're watching television together, I'm very aware of what you like and what you don't like and what you're not going to be into. And I got to say, Anthony, you're a sweetheart. You will watch. If I say I really want to watch something, you'll do it. But I can tell you don't enjoy it. So it's not that enjoyable to me. But there are things that I'll see and I'll be like, let me just bookmark that because I am going to lock myself in the room one day and I'm going to just veg out on girl TV.
As you should. And even if I'm watching something with you that I'm not crazy about, it doesn't matter because it's not about what we're watching. It's just the quality time we're spending together.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that losing yourself in love is a bad thing? Because kind of the examples that we gave, like we're experiencing it.
I think that if you don't balance it, it's a bad thing. There may be times where, you don't catch it for a while.
Right.
But then when you catch it, just make it a point to go spend some time on your own. You just have to be conscious of it. But I do think it's definitely important because you came in this world by yourself, you're going to leave this world by yourself.
Right.
So while you're here, you got to still look out and still grow you.
Yes.
And like you said, when you are doing things independently, we get new experiences, new thoughts, new growth. And then we eventually come back and we share that with each other. And it makes it more interesting. You come home like, oh, babe, guess what happened? This person did this and I'm at this and then I created this and we did that. And it's like, okay, hey, that was interesting.
Yeah.
And, that works both ways.
It's true. I have never gone on a girls' trip, but I have taken family trips and like taken the kids to go visit my family without you. And one of the things that I noticed about it is I like missing you. I enjoy being away from you because I miss you when I'm away from you because we're together so much. And that missing you, it's delicious to me.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm so excited to get back. I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to kiss him and hug him and smell him and talk to him.
Yeah,
and
it's true.
And that's exciting to me. So when I do feel like, and I'm in my head like, don't go, don't do that because he doesn't want to go. I'm like, girl, you better go. You gonna miss him. He's gonna miss you. You guys are gonna be hot for each other. It's awesome. Do it. Do it.
I do not like when you do that because I can tell. I can sense it. When I know you pretty damn good, Melanie Clark.
You do.
Yeah,
I know you pretty damn good too, Anthony Clark.
Yes, you do. And what happens is that when I start to sense that energy in you, and it's like, okay, I want you to have what you want.
Right.
And if you don't get what you want, it's not going to be a fun place for anybody. Because once you get irritated, then I can get me irritated.
Yeah.
And I love you with all of my heart. And one of the most important things to me is seeing you happy.
Yeah.
And when you're happy, that makes me happy. So I go out my way to do things to make you happy for selfish reasons too, because it makes me happy seeing you happy.
Right.
And so when you do that, I like you when you just go for it.
Right.
And that's why when you have those days when you just want to watch TV in your bed and you're going to watch chick flicks all day long,
right.
It's like, go for it. Do it.
Right.
Look at my baby. My baby's enjoying herself. Yay.
Self-care, self-love. She's taking a self day.
Yeah. And then eventually Tony will come in the room with you and then both of you guys doing it. So I was like, you guys are bonding. And then I like to see you guys spend quality time.
I'm going to say getting lost in love can be a good thing and a bad thing. There are moments when I'm lost in your love and it's just wonderful and I'm enjoying every second that we're together and I love doing everything together. But when it's a negative is when I start feeling like I'm not getting what I want or I'm not doing what I want. Yeah. I'm doing what you want more than what I want. And my indicator of that is I start to have negative thoughts and I start to feel resentful. And I'm pretty practiced at, you're doing this to yourself, Melanie. Anthony is not making you do it. You're doing it to yourself. When I lay there and I don't get up to not disturb you, I literally tell myself, you're doing this to yourself.
Mm-hmm. This is a perfect example of why, losing yourself, is it good? Is it bad? This and that.
It can be both.
It can be both. But here's one thing that's top of mind for me that really impacted me. Uncle Gary.
Oh, yes. Do tell, 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 baby.
I have my uncle on my father's side, him and his wife passed, my aunt, and they were together how many years? Like 35 years?
Yeah,
40 years?
35 years.
And they were like us. We're like a version of them, where they were just that couple that was just madly in love, always together. Like you said, anytime you see one, you're going to find the other one there too. And that was their brand. That's who they were. They loved each other, like big time. I remember them even when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I was like about 7 years old. And when I saw them together, it was so different than all of the other couples that I knew, all the other adults. Because it was like, do they really like each other? Wait a minute, what's going on here? Because I hadn't seen that before.
Right.
And so when she passed, I think like, what has it been, like maybe 6 years, 8 years ago, something like that, a decade.
Yeah.
So now he's by himself. And there's not a day that goes by where he's not, thinking about her. And he was mourning for like 5 years or something like that.
So, I think he said 7.
7 years.
Yeah.
Where he's
still mourning. He'll mourn. He'll mourn for the rest of his life. Yes.
He just misses her so badly.
Yeah.
And so when he's around us, when we went to visit him, he got so much joy out of seeing us.
Yeah.
Because it reminded him of his relationship. And he was just like, man, you guys, oh my God, you guys have it. I know it. I had that too. And we used to be like that. Oh, cherish it,
Yeah.
And I don't want one day for me to be gone or you to be gone and have the other one go, man, I wish we would have spent more time together.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time together, but I want more.
Right.
And so, you got to take that into account with the balancing.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a big part of it. We know that our time on this earth is limited and we do enjoy each other so much. We want to be together. But I think it's like we said earlier, you have to balance it no matter how much we want to be together. And I think one of the reasons that they had such an amazing relationship is very similar to what we have. They each had their individual lives. They had things they were passionate about. They were pursuing their passions. And when they got back together, they just had all this yummy energy to share. So it was never boring. And I think that is the part. When you're together, it's okay to get lost in love, but make sure you keep space in your life to develop yourself. Like I have a whole other life separate from you. I have a whole nother business. I have, friends. I have other things that I'm interested in that I do that you're not interested in. And you're the same. You have things that you're interested in that you do. And that's one of the reasons when we're together, we could just talk to each other forever and ever and ever and ever. Like I just love talking to you and sitting and chatting with you. Like it does not stop.
Then on top of that, we work together. We coach
we coach together
all day long.
Yeah.
And then we do podcasts together. And then we do all these other things together.
Yes.
And so it's like,
yes.
yin and yang.
Yeah. So
frick and frack.
I'm going to run this through energy, right? And I'm going to think of it as an energetic thing and law of attraction. So when we're together and it feels good and we're lost in love, that's a good thing. When we're together and we're lost in love and it does not feel good, that's an indicator.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
That's an indicator you need to go have some personal time. You need to love on yourself a little bit. And that's a balancing act. And you don't got to get mad at each other to do it. You literally got to say, I feel like I need to be alone. Right. I feel like I need some me time. I'm going to go do my thing.
Yeah, that's a good reminder because it just made me realize that it goes back to my surplus. I have a surplus with you.
Yes.
And I have a surplus where it's like I can be with you a lot. But then when it gets down to a certain limit, I can tell how I feel.
Right.
I start to feel like like
agitated.
Agitated.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
I start to feel like my spirit starts yelling at me.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to do that right now. It's time for you to go this direction or go do this other thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't listen, it's like it gets louder and louder and louder. And then if I don't listen, I get more and more agitated.
Yeah.
Then at that point, it's like, okay, you know what? I just got to go do me. And I'll just go outside, go for a walk or go do something, because it's like I have my own internal guidance system.
Yes, we both do.
We all do. Everybody has their own
does.
unique internal guidance system. When your internal guidance system, your spirit tells you to go a direction or go do something and your partner doesn't want to do it, you can only not listen for so long.
Right.
And so my surplus is sometimes it's like, you know what? I'm not going to go, even though my spirit's doing that. Let me just chill here with her and watch this show. Even though I'm not really crazy about this show, I want to love on her a little more. Maybe you need a little love.
Right.
And I can feel it. But then after a while, if you're like, babe, stay for this, it's like, my surplus gets down low.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't let it get empty.
Yeah.
There's nothing more important than keeping that part of that aspect of me.
That's great. You bring up a great point. Most of the time, I think when you're in a relationship, you do want to be together. And sometimes you won't do what you want to do because you don't want to upset your partner. And I'm going to say one of the things that I've had to learn over the years is it's okay if you get upset, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. You can get upset. I could get upset. We don't need to avoid getting each other upset. If you get upset because I want to do me, then that's on you. You just need to be with that and work through that, and vice versa. And for a long time, especially when we were younger, I would be afraid to upset you because I would be afraid that you would leave me, or I would lose you, or it would end the relationship. So I would force myself to adjust to what I thought that you wanted. Mm. And so over the years, through conversations, through fighting to grow, through fighting to win, I've learned that sometimes he's just going to be upset, and that's not my problem. I got to do what my internal guidance system tells me to do, and so do you. And you've modeled that for me really well. You're a lot stronger in that area. You have a stronger muscle in that area than I do. And a lot of it is my programming. Like, I grew up really dominated. So sometimes it's hard for me to assert myself. Sometimes it's hard for me to say, no, I don't want that. I've gotten a lot better, but sometimes it's still hard. And if I trace that energy, it's attached to, if someone's upset with you, they may leave you. It may make the relationship bad. But I know in my heart that you ain't going nowhere. I'm not going anywhere. And so now when you get upset, or I get upset, I'm like, let me just get out of the way. Let him work that out. And if there needs to be a conversation, we'll have a conversation. And if I find myself upset, I go off by myself and be like, work through it. Why is this bothering you? And I think using those tools makes it a little bit easier when we don't want to be lost in love.
Yeah, it makes it
to communicate that.
Makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, it's easier to communicate it so nobody does get their feelings hurt. When I say, like, I just need a day. I just need to be alone. I just want to meditate. I want to read. I don't want to talk.
Then for me, I go back to EIP. Mm-hmm. I got to remind myself, everything is perfect. There are no accidents. There are no mistakes. Everything that's unfolding is unfolding for my greater good. The universe is playing chess, not checkers. So this thing that's put in front of me that might irritate me, if I'm playing checkers, then it's about that thing irritating me.
Right.
But when I remind myself EIP, then that the universe is playing chess, then I play chess as well. Then I realize, okay, this is unfolding. This is going to benefit me down the line. This was brought to my attention for a reason. There's something I can learn, or something I'm going to benefit or grow from. So instead of getting upset, because nobody can make me upset. No. I can only make myself upset. Yeah. And what makes myself upset is my perception. Yes. My perspective. And who creates my perspective, my perception?
You
me.
do.
Who can change it?
You.
Me. And so if it doesn't feel good, then I go to EIP and I create a new perspective.
Right.
It's usually dead on. Like, whoa, I didn't realize, like, the universe is showing me that I need to do more of this. Yeah. Or I need to let her go and do her thing more when that happens. Yeah. Or I need to respond to her differently when she comes at me like this. Right. You know, so there's always some growth there.
Yeah. I had to learn, you don't have to wait till you're upset to have alone time. You don't got to get mad. You can just say, I need some space. I need some time alone. I want to do whatever I want to do. The other thing was I've recognized, and it's kind of the same thing, when I feel that need to get away from you, it's generally because my spirit has something to tell me. Mm-hmm. And I'm not listening to my spirit. I'm listening to you.
Right.
Or I'm thinking about you. I need to have that alone time so that I can hear my own guidance. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to say being lost in love is a good thing. And it's an indicator that sometimes you need to get lost in love for yourself, because you don't have love for other people if you don't take alone time and friend time and family time and your own reality time to bring back to the relationship. I think we're always needing to be creating and learning and growing, and we can't always do that just being with each other. So we need more than just the marriage and the friendship and the love. And you're amazing, Anthony. I love every second with you. Like I could spend every second with you. So I know when I get that feeling that I need to go, it's because there's a message or there's something that I need to hear inside of myself. So I've learned to respect it.
You know, I'm going to take a little twist to this.
Oh, we got a twist.
Sometimes you just got to make love to yourself. You know
True,
what I'm saying?
true story.
That's a part of
self-love.
Of self-love. That's
Yeah.
a part of not getting lost in love. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes.
even within that, there's new growth and different experiences.
That's another way that we get lost in love. And I'll say, especially as women, a lot of times women are having sex when they don't want to because they're tired or whatever, but they think, I should, or I have to, or it's going to upset him if I don't, or, something bad is going to happen. And in our marriage, we've had those discussions, especially when the kids were young and after having a baby and you have a small baby and you're doing everything, like your body just does not create the hormones that make you feel sexual. So it doesn't happen for you. It takes a little bit of extra work. And so many women beat themselves up about that because they think like something's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Your body wants you to take care of that baby for the next 4 years. And then after 4 years, all those hormones come back and then you feel it again. But I think as women, we beat ourselves up and we think that we just have to be lost in it and do whatever the men want. And it's really a matter of communicating and learning about ourselves and loving ourselves and communicating. If I don't want to do this, it doesn't mean I don't love you or I don't like you. It just means right now I have to choose me.
That's right. Love yourself, people.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing.
That was a great topic.
Yeah.
I love talking about getting lost in love.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people deal with this, and it's nice to be able to talk about it and have strategies to be able to manage your thoughts and your emotions around it.
So the bottom line of that is that as a couple, it's important that you have, spending time separate as well as spending time together.
Yes.
And it's important to keep growing as a couple as well as individually.
That is the key.
That's what time it is.
Time to go.
Time to go. Hey guys, if you guys didn't get a copy of our book yet, make sure you get a copy. It's Crack the Code, Secrets to Achieving Your Happily Ever After. And for any of you that are interested in becoming a life coach, or maybe you just want to learn some great tools to life coach yourself or the people around you, then check out our Law of Attraction Life Coach Academy. We have a life coach training and certification class. So you can check that out at the Law of Attraction Life Coach Academy.com. And for any of you guys that are interested in some personal coaching, relationship coaching, life coaching, singles coaching, no matter what it is.
We do it all.
We do it all. You can hit us up at theamazingclarks.com.
Yes.
So, great show.
Great show.
Here you go, people. We gave it to you. Now, what you going to do with it?
See you next time.